Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you guys are back. It's been a while. I've not been posting anything, but I'm back. Thank you guys for your support and for your I can see you guys. Thank you so much for the subscriber. For those who have not subscribed, kindly go ahead and subscribe. Why haven't you subscribed? It's just gonna help this community grow. It's gonna help me. It doesn't cost you anything. Just take the time to subscribe. Okay, so today I thought of doing a different kind of a video. We talk about money, we talk about businesses, we talk about finances, personal growth, and anything in between in concerning life. Okay, so today I'm talking about something not so, it's a different but not so much. Okay, I'm talking about the things I am quitting to simplify my life. Okay, I think there's a video I mentioned that I am a minimalist, and one of the things that I have learned is to reduce things in my life. If they don't make sense, if they don't bring me joy, I don't care about them anymore. Okay, so one of the things, I take my own advice. As much as I come here and I teach you guys, oh, do this, take time to understand what you want, what you like, what you don't like. I also take the same advice into my life and just take time to actually see the things that are putting me in a situation where I feel I'm pressured to achieve a certain thing, or I've not achieved a certain thing. Okay, so I take my own advice at the end of the day. Okay, so the things that I have decided to quit so that I can simplify my life. You know, when you simplify your life, you live such a content life. When you don't have a lot of things to chase, then your life is very content and very rich, because you're only surrounded by the things that you completely love. Okay, so number one, the fear of missing out, the fear of FOMO. Okay, so you know, we're in this information overload society. You tend to feel like you're missing out on certain things. Okay, like when you check on Instagram, or you check on certain things, you tend to feel like, I should be having that, I should have bought that, my house is missing this, my life is missing this. And an example is there was this uphold of glass containers that everybody felt like now every house has to have glass containers, because you feel like if you don't have glass containers for stocking in your grocery, then something is wrong. Yeah, so those are things like you feel like you're missing out if you don't go with the trend. It's okay to not go with the trend, and it's okay to live a life that you enjoy, that is not it's not pressured, or the internal, it's not an internal pressure, it's rather an external pressure of you wanting to live a certain way because of what you have seen or what is currently happening in the society. Okay, so by that, the only way you can stay away from FOMO is by probably reducing your social media, the time at which you spend on social media, especially on Instagram. I feel like Instagram is a lot of things. Like it's always something new, a new self-care routine, new products, new face products, new skin products, new, like there's always something going on. So for you to stay out of that, you have to reduce also your social media consumption, because that's where you get a lot of FOMO, because we don't visit each other so much for us to feel like, I went to this person and they had this and this that I wanted. It's so much on the Instagram or on the social media or TikTok, wherever social media you're on. Okay, so that is one of the things. I am just quitting fear of missing out. I'm like, if you don't need it, you don't need it. You don't have to have it because everybody is buying it, or everybody has it in their own house, or everybody this is a new trend. So I'm getting away from the FOMO completely. Okay, number two, one of the things that I'm completely simplifying is holding grudges. Like I am leaving grudges in whatever year it is. I'm just like, if there's something that is exhausting, is holding grudges. Like if you continuously feel someone has wronged you and then you have to carry it upon yourself, it is mentally tasking, it is emotionally draining, it is spiritually exhausting. So for me, one of the things I've decided, if you do me wrong, I'm just gonna walk away. It's simple and clear. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to stay there and hold grudges, because it takes away from you than actually what that person has done. That person might have done that thing knowingly or unknowingly, but now you carrying on the burden of wanting to understand why they did that. You have two choices. You can stay or you can leave. You can stay and carry the grudge of that situation, or you can walk away, which is okay. You just take the whatever makes you happy. But for me, I'm just leaving grudges. Like, I'm not gonna hold grudges at all. It doesn't matter what you have done. I just choose to walk away from that situation. Simple. Okay. Another thing that I'm going to I'm quitting to simplify my life. I'm actually disabled my Instagram, TikTok. I'm not so much on TikTok, but currently one of the things that I'm completely simplifying is quitting social media or reducing my social media interaction. So I'm on YouTube, but I'm also not going to be on YouTube watching a lot of videos. Like I'm gonna allocate a certain time to watch the videos that I like and to watch the content that resonate with me at the moment. But Instagram and TikTok, I'm currently not going to be on those platforms. So if you want to check us out, you can check us out on YouTube. I'm not going to be posting anything on Instagram for a while. That's just a personal decision, okay? Because I feel like anytime I have an anxiety or feeling like I'm slipping into a dark space, anytime I sit down to actually see what has changed into my life, I always come back to, you have consumed so much content in the past 1 week, 2 weeks, and that's why you're feeling like you're running out of time to achieve certain things, or you feel like you've not achieved a lot of things. So the slide into depression, or not even depression, the slide into feeling like you're left behind, and the feel of anxiety, feeling like I should have been here, I should have been there. It's because of the comparison, especially on this platform. I use Facebook, but I'm not so much there. Like I post on my Facebook, but not so much, because I feel like people lose focus when it comes to social media, because you have good intention when you start going to social media, but in between your good intention, you end up slipping into another area that you didn't want. Most people say, I'm on Instagram because I sell, or when I'm buying something. But if you monitor your social media consumption, you find initially you entered that platform to look for something, but you ended up in another direction, okay? Even TikTok, the same goes to TikTok. You get in, you want to get education, but they recommend some things that probably you had not anticipated. Then you end up consuming content that is not actually beneficial to you. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, those are things that I personally am quitting to simplify my life. Okay, another thing that I'm quitting is I'm avoiding window shopping at all costs. You know, I don't know if everybody's like me. Sometimes I just leave my house and go window shopping. There's a time they opened some few shops, China Square, and then they opened Panda Mart, and they brought so many household stuff. Like, the amount of time you're tempted to just go and window shop for things that you necessarily don't want, but because they make the mall so enticing for you to just go and window shop. Okay, so one of the things that I'm not going to just go window shopping, because I came to realize every time I went window shopping and I came back, I felt like something was missing in my house. Even if I didn't need it, but when I go and I come back, I have this long running list of the things that I feel like I should add into my house. So I'm completely getting rid of window shopping. If it's not necessary, if I'm going to shop, I'm going to shop and get myself out, and I'm only going to buy what is necessarily what I need, not just because it's on sale or because it's there's a there's a there's an app, what uphold, or it's called what, upload, no, that's not the word. There's a loud noise around that thing. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Another thing that I'm completely quitting is everything to do with this thing of white, cream, and gray household. I don't know if it's a fashion or it's a what. It's a new thing where everything in your house has to be either white, it has to be either black or gray, or cream. Okay, so something that I came to realize is that it's like you go to every house and it's almost the same color. Like everybody has almost the same color. As you can see, my chairs are actually green, dark green, a shade of green, which I'm not quite sure which green. But I was very deliberate to understand what I like, not what is in the season or what is the fashionable thing that makes you look as if you're all the same. So if we all decided to wear white and cream and gray, then it removes the uniqueness of a person or the uniqueness in your home, because I don't think we all love white, cream, and beige and gray. I don't think that is the story. I feel like it's because it's been marketed so much, so everyone is thinking they need a white thing, they need white chairs, they need white whatever, they need everything white in their homes, just because it's what is trending. I feel it takes away the personality, because if every house has white items, white chairs, white couches, white tables, uh, it takes, so what is the difference between your house, or how you dress up with the next person, and you have your own personality? Probably you feel like you need white because everyone is doing white, but what is your personality? What is the essence of your life? Because everyone has an essence. They have a deep essence, or a deep, it needs to be different. We're all born differently. We like different things, but because the society has it's like screamed like we all need white and we all need cream and we all need, and then there's a pressure for you to actually change everything in your home to match these standards. So your house has to look white, beige, or cream, or gray. Your walls have to be white, gray, or cream. So even if you initially loved the way your house looked, you're forced to conform to this world and adapt these new things. If you really truly love white and beige and cream, I feel like that's okay. But I don't think at this time, with this new trend, that everybody loves white, everybody loves cream. For I don't think that's it, the true picture. I feel like if you completely when you get out of because this is just a trend, once you get out of this trend of white, beige, and cream, then you will see so many people go to different direction, because that was just a face, or a marketing strategy to sell out. So another thing will come, like maybe pinks and blue and beige and then fuchsia and whatever colors. So I feel like you have to understand yourself for you, so that you're not always dragged when these trends come in. So if all this trend comes in and then there's like a pink, then everyone now changes their house to pink. If the trend comes, it's a mustard thing, then everyone changes. So you have to understand your essence and what you love to see in your house, so that you're not always carried away. So for me, I'm just, every time I'm like gravitating towards beige, cream, and whites, I'm like, do you really wanna do you really want to put this in your house because you want it, or because it's a new trend? And this is what is currently happening in the world. I feel this is a world, it's happening everywhere. It's not just in Kenya. Okay, so so that is one of the things. I am completely just gonna blind myself. I'm just gonna not see white and cream. If I wanted, I will do it, but I don't feel like it's something that I want. I feel like it's just a push on people's throat to actually adapt these things. Okay, another thing, I'm completely quitting to simplify my life is allowing myself, I'm actually reading down here, allowing myself to live like a human being. Okay, and what this means is I'm completely extending grace to myself to live like a human being. Not to say to live carelessly, but to say, if I am human, then I'm going to extend grace, not to be a perfectionist. Because I feel like there's a possibility for us to fall into perfectionism, to tend to do everything the way we think we should do, the way we think. And I keep asking myself, who came up with these rules of you need to live a certain way, or you need to be to do certain things for you to look perfect. I don't know if it makes sense. Like, I am going to live my life to the best of my ability, asking for guidance from the Holy Spirit and extending grace where I fall short. Because I don't feel like there's a way why, and I feel like why people keep slipping into these depressions and anxiety, and it's because there's a rule, there is a rule that whoever made, I don't know who made this rule, for you to live a perfect life, to look like you're living a perfect life, lead a perfect life with your family, with your work, with everything. It's okay to chase excellency, do your things. If you decide to do anything, do it excellently. But for you to be a perfectionist, it means you remove the human element, and now you want to live like a supernatural human being. Okay, so then it gives you pressure to live a life that does not belong to you. So I personally feel like I am going to get away from living a perfect life. It's not even something sustainable for you to live a perfect life, and whatever that perfect life looks like. Okay, and I keep saying, once you sit down with yourself and understand what is important to you, then the noise around your life just goes quiet. Okay, so those are the things that I feel like will simplify my life. Okay, another thing is, something that I'm quitting is mindless living. And when I say this, is mindless watching of television, mindless scrolling of social media, which I'm just gonna get away with, mindless going shopping, mindless engaging in mindless talk, if that is a word. If the talk is not of any, does not hold any substance, then that's just gonna take away from me personally. So sometimes talking things that are not important, you leave that conversation feeling something has left you, because you operated out of your natural higher self. There is a higher self that does not allow you to engage in mindless talk, mindless conversations, mindless watching of television. So you watch the television the whole day, but if you are not even watching because you want to watch, it's because it's just available. So at the end of the day, you feel like the watching of the television robbed you something. Or you scrolling the social media takes away something, doesn't give you, it takes away. That's what I'm saying. Mindless going shopping, you go shopping and then you come back feeling like the shopping took something away from you. It didn't add anything to you. Okay. And on that note, one of the things that I also learned is to not just mindlessly visit people mindlessly. Like you just wake up and go to people's houses mindlessly when it's not for any reason. If there's a reason for you to visit someone, then it's okay. If you can't just wake up to go and sit in someone's house, then confuse that person the whole day because they have to host you even when they were not ready to host you. I feel like that takes away from the host of the host. It takes away something because you just came. You never had this conversation that you're going to come to visit, or you're coming to visit with no cause. If that person has called you to come, it's okay. But if you just wake up and go to people's houses mindlessly, I feel like it's a lot. Okay. Another thing that I'm quitting to simplify my life is fixing my eyes at the end results. Okay, so you know the way if you want something, you work towards getting to that end result. You forget to enjoy the process of getting to the end results. I feel like every time I've worked so hard to get to something, then when I get to achieve that thing or get to that thing, I'm feeling like it was a rip-off. Like once I get there, then I don't feel anything. Like I don't feel any different. I don't feel like once I have achieved that thing, now I feel like, oh, now I feel like my life has changed. When you get to the end of the whatever you are working towards, then you feel like, I wish you enjoyed the small steps to get into where you want to go. So I'm reminding myself, Julia, enjoy the process. Enjoy the process of creating YouTube channel before you get to the goal. I don't know. Yeah, like, so for example, I have a goal towards this YouTube channel, but I keep telling myself, Julia, don't forget to enjoy the process of getting to your goal, because once you get to the end of your goal, then you will not feel better than you think you will. So enjoy creating these videos, enjoy doing this research that needs to go into the videos. Enjoy the process because the results will come. But if I concentrate on the results, I forget to enjoy the process of making them, or the process of getting to where I want to go. If your goal is to build a house, your end result is to see the house standing and you in the house. You forget to enjoy, to learn about the process of coming up with a house. You remove the essence of building the house, because the essence of building the house is you meeting up with your architect, is you coming up with a drawing that suits you, is you coming up with the color of your home, is you looking for where do you buy, what materials are you going to use. You see, the process, the house is the process. It's not the end result of seeing the mansion standing. It's a process of working with people. It's a process of getting licenses, because again, if you miss out on the process, you cannot tell people or you cannot teach people what you didn't learn in the process of building the house. Does it make sense? Like if someone comes say, I'm having a hard time with the fundis, your first instincts will be like, this is how I went about it, because you went through the process. But can you imagine if you missed out on the in-between of the house and then you got the house? So you have the house, but you didn't have anything, the learning process or the essence of building the house. I'm just gonna leave it at that, because I feel like that's my thought process. Enjoy the process to getting to your goals. You will get to your goals, but enjoy the process. Okay. Another thing as I go is, Julia, work on the inside, then you don't have to do so much on your outside. when you work on your inside, you necessarily don't have to buy all this product, because if your gut health is okay, if your gut health is, if you're eating right, if you're sleeping the required time, then your skin will be okay without even using all these marketed products. The truth holds, the opposite holds truth. If you use all this product and you're still ingesting bad things, you're still going to spend more money trying to manage your skin, because your skin says something about your internal being, like your inside. Okay, so if you work on your mind by what you put in your mind, then you don't have to fight a lot what comes out. It's in my mind. I know what I mean in my mind, but I don't know if it's coming out correctly. If you work on your inside, what you eat, how you speak to yourself, the things that you watch, because it goes into your mind, yeah, the things that you allow your eyes to see, you know, then you have less, or it requires less of you to work on your outside. Like if I learned something which I'm gonna share later. If you learn to feed your body correctly and eat only when you need to eat, and eat healthy food, then you don't have to buy gym equipment, and you don't have to buy you don't have to use all these diet drinks, diets, I don't know what, because once you work on the inside, it shows on the outside. If you, for example, something I learned, if you fast, intermittent fasting, which I'm going to talk probably later, maybe later on another video, and if you want me to talk about it, you can just comment, talk about intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is where you have time allocation of when you need to eat. There's a 14-10, there's a 16-8, there's a 24 hours. So it means you fast for 14 hours, you eat for 10 hours, those are 24 hours. You fast for 16 hours, you eat for 8 hours, those are 24 hours. You fast for 20 hours, you eat for 4 hours. Then your body gets time to really have growth hormones. It makes your body digest, it cleanses bad stuff from your body. Okay, so when you learn these things and you learn how to fast and fast correctly, then you don't have to necessarily go to the gym, because you automatically, your body just fights for itself, and then you also maintain the weight, and you shed off some excess weight because you're not snacking. And because when you're doing intermittent fasting, you're doing a clean diet, meaning clean diet meaning you're eating everything only on moderation. If you're eating 2 chapatis, you're eating one with a lot of vegetables and meat and proteins. You're eating a whole balanced diet. Then it means number one, you're being sustainable in the way you're eating, because this thing of removing things from your diet, you end up, when you bring them back, you end up gaining all this weight. So it means personally, I prefer, and I'm not your nutritionist, I'm not your, this is my preference. I prefer you just eat the way you normally eat. If you're eating your ugali, your skuma, your meat, or your ugali, your skuma, your eggs, but in moderation, because you're eating within a certain period of time, then it means you give your body time to work on removing toxic, in rejuvenating your body, in growth hormones, in repairing what has been, if anything that is damaged, then it's repaired. Okay, that's just was my side note. So when you learn these things, there are things that when you work on inside, then the outside, you don't have necessarily need to put a lot of work on the outside. Okay, so, and the most important thing is your higher self, your internal human being is okay, than having to look okay on the outside when your inside or your internal man is suffering. Okay, so why would I want to come here and look so good? Yeah, look so good, and I'm not working on my inside. I'm not working on my gut health. I'm not working on my what I ingest, what I eat, what I see. I'm not working on my mindset. I'm not working on my, you know, then it's just like a surface thing. Okay, it's like building your house, yeah, on not so good foundation. Okay, so those are things that I'm quitting. Comment below the things that you wish to quit so that you can simplify your life, because we want life that is of essence, like life that is fulfilling. Okay, so comment below and I will see you on the next one. Bye.